What creates wealth inequality?
Hello, everyone.
Last time, we began understanding what wealth inequality is and how it affects our society. Today, in part 2, we will go deeper into how wealth inequality is shaped by politics, policies, and people like us. Inequality starts when people don't have equal access to resources like education, healthcare, or jobs. Two students with the same dreams may have different futures because of where they're born or what support systems they have. Why inequality still exists. Even in today's high-tech world, the gap between rich and poor remains wide. Cities have malls, metros, and mega schools, but just a few kilometers away, villages might have dirt roads, weak hospitals, and schools without teachers. Cost of living is rising, but wages for the poor often stay low. And in many places, policies still support the powerful more than the needy. That's why inequality hasn't gone away. How governments shape inequality. Governments can either increase or reduce inequality. If they build good public schools and hospitals and make fair laws, everyone benefits. But if they favor only the rich through low taxes or weak worker laws, the poor get left behind. A strong, fair government should provide services and make sure wealth doesn't stay in just a few hands. Political systems and inequality. In democracies, citizens can demand fairness. They can vote, protest, and use the media to speak up. In countries with fewer freedoms, the rich often use their power to protect their wealth. And change comes much slower. It's not just about who rules. It's about whether people have the power to push for better. Laws that affect inequality. Laws shape society. For example, labor laws decide if workers get fair wages. Land laws decide who owns property. When these laws are fair, they give more people a chance to succeed. But when they're biased, they help the already rich stay richer. Laws must protect the weak as much as they support growth. Min, what is social mobility?
Social mobility means improving your life, getting a better job, earning more, and changing your future.
In a fair society, anyone can succeed with effort. But in many places, success still depends on your background. If you get into a great school, live in a safe area, and know the right people, it's easier to climb the ladder. Barriers to climbing up. Many kids want to rise, but their schools lack teachers. Their parents can't afford coaching, and jobs go to those with family connections. For example, someone in a city might have an English-speaking school and internet, while a rural student walks miles to a basic classroom. These unfair differences keep people stuck.
Stories of social mobility.
But there's hope. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sold newspapers as a boy, but his love for learning took him all the way to becoming India's president. Kalpana Saroj faced discrimination as a Dalit child, but built a business empire. These stories show that with the right push, education, opportunity, and courage, change is possible. Inequality in education. Education is the biggest ladder to success, but not everyone gets to climb it. Urban students may get smart boards and Olympiad training. Rural ones may study under leaking roofs with no labs. During COVID, we saw this clearly. Millions of poor students were left out of online learning because they didn't have a device or internet. Health inequality. Health is another basic need that's unfairly divided. Cities have private hospitals with top doctors. Villages might have only one nurse. Because treatment is expensive, poor families often wait until it's too late. And a single illness can push a family deeper into debt. Why these gaps keep growing. Once a family falls behind, it's hard to catch up. Poor education means low-paying jobs. That means little savings. That means their children start life at a disadvantage. This is called the cycle of poverty. Without help, the cycle repeats itself again and again. How taxes reduce inequality. Taxes are a powerful way to fix this. If the rich pay a higher share, the money can fund schools, hospitals, and public transport. This spreads opportunity and gives everyone a fair chance. Taxes aren't punishment. They're a tool for fairness. What are subsidies? Subsidies help people survive. Ration shops sell rice and wheat at low prices. Farmers get cheap fertilizers. Poor families get gas cylinders or housing support. These schemes reduce the cost of living and help families move toward a better life. Government reforms that help. India has launched strong policies like MGNREGA, which gives rural people 100 days of work. The RTE Act gives all children the right to free education. And PMIs helps poor families build homes. Such programs create real change when they reach the right people. Movements that fought inequality. Big changes don't always start in government buildings. Movements like Budin, where landlords gave land to the poor, or the push for Enriga, started with citizens. When people unite and demand fairness, leaders are forced to listen. NGOs and community efforts. Nonprofits work where government support is weak. They run health camps, teach children, and train women in business. Their work is local, real, and life-changing. Youth role in building equality. You don't need to be an adult to act. You can organize a school discussion, volunteer in a cleanup, or write a blog. When young people get involved, change becomes faster and stronger. Steps toward a fairer society. We need stronger public schools, better hospitals, and laws that protect everyone. We must also learn from countries that have done this well, like those in Scandinavia, where equality is a top priority. The dream of equal opportunity. The dream is simple. Every child goes to school. Every family gets health care. Every person finds a job, regardless of their background. This dream is big, but it's possible, and every effort brings us closer. You can make a difference. Change starts with learning, and then acting. You can raise awareness, help others, speak up, and vote when the time comes. Together, we can build a fairer, kinder, and stronger India, where success depends on talent, not where you were born.